Hello, everybody. It's time for the CDTA board meeting Wednesday, March 26th. We have quorum, and so we'll start with the approval of the minutes of the prior meeting, February 26th. Can I get a motion on that? Denise, thank you. Second by Peter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved. Recognitions up first today. Are we doing that?
We're doing it.
Yeah, today we are recognizing Albany operator Shirley Leggett with 25 years of service. So come on up. So before Shirley joined us here at CDTA, she was working at Albany Medical Center on the surgery and trauma floor. She said she didn't really have the stomach for that job, so she said, I think it's time to get out of the medical field and I'm going to transition over to transportation. So she started looking for another job, and her cousin worked in the Troy division at CDTA and encouraged her to apply. Shirley started working in STAR before she moved over to System 1. She's worked in Albany for the past 25 years and is currently driving the 10 and 12, which services Washington and Western Avenues. Her favorite part of the job, she says, is meeting nice, kind people and getting to speak to them. She said she also has enjoyed getting to hang out with her coworkers. She even used to come in early just to spend time with them. Her favorite CDTA memory is the holiday parties they used to have in Albany. She said they would get together at a new place every year, and it was fun to be able to spend time with everyone. Shirley said what has kept her at CDTA is the job. She enjoys the driving and gets good benefits, and she said the pay is decent. In her spare time, Shirley likes to play bingo, go to the casino, and spend time with her family and grandchildren. She says that retirement is not on the horizon anytime soon, that she's still young and still has a few years to go. So congratulations on 25 years of service, Shirley. How are you? Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll kick off our committee reports with the board operations committee that convened on March 12th. We previewed the agendas for the March committee meetings and today's board meeting. Mike Collins gave us an update regarding the state budget now that the one House bills have been issued. The Senate has proposed a 15% increase in STOA funding, while the Assembly is offering a 7% boost. Governor's budget, as you'll recall, proposed a 3.4% increase. We'll discuss this more shortly with respect to consideration of the fiscal year 2026 budget that's on today's agenda. The state budget may also include new capital infusion into the budget, a capital infusion into the budget ranging from $50 to $80 million. So that's certainly worth keeping an eye on. And with the state budget deadline only a week away, there's probably more to come on all of this. And then finally, with respect to the CEO search, we are now prepared to have the board consider appointing Frank Anacaro as our next CEO, which is our next item on the agenda. Do want to say that Frank brings 22 years of experience working at the MTA, and he currently serves as Senior Vice President of MTA's Department of Buses, a division that provides 800,000 daily passenger trips. It's unbelievable. And he has a team of 18,000 employees. The division has an operating budget of $3 billion. His team works cooperatively with 10 different labor unions. And he's also served as their chief maintenance officer, chief officer of its central maintenance facility. He clearly brings an understanding of operations, maintenance, labor relations to CDTA. So at this time, I would like to get a resolution. We have resolution 11 on the agenda to hire Frank Anacaro as our CEO. Thank you, Denise. Second by Peter. I want to thank members of our search committee, Dave and Pete and Denise, for months and months of service and just a huge amount of time commitment that I don't think any of us expected. But the work has definitely paid off with bringing a great candidate, bringing a great person to CDTA. Anybody else have any comments, questions? We've all had an opportunity to meet him. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved. Welcome aboard, Frank.
Thank you very much. If I may, Mr. Chairman and the board, I'm honored and privileged to help lead that great organization. You won't be sorry. You can count on me, and I'm looking forward to working with just all those great employees there. So I'll be there soon, and we'll get things going. But thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
And Frank will be starting on May 12th, but I'm sure we'll be talking to him quite a bit in the interim to get him prepared and ready to go by that date. So we'll move on to the next committee report, which is Performance Monitoring Audit Committee, Cedar Wall.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Have a couple things to discuss today, consent agenda items, administrative discussion items, and then a Title VI update. So I'll start with consent agenda items. The committee met on March 19th, and among the items in that area, we want to approve the contract and purchase of flex vehicles. We issued a request for proposals for on-demand transit vehicles. 2 responses were received. An evaluation team made up of operations employees was assembled and assessed proposals based on specifications, warranty, price, and past performance. Staff recommends awarding the contract to Fenton Mobility Products, Inc. And we need a motion to award a 3-year contract with optional 2-year extensions for up to 25 Ford Transit on-demand vans to Fenton Mobility Products, Inc. of Randolph, New York. And we need a motion to approve an initial order of 5 vans from this contract for a cost of $143,400 per vehicle.
Thank you, Jackie. Second by Mike. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the resolution is approved.
All right, move on to the procurement manual. Staff provided the committee with a report on the annual review of the procurement manual. Some minor changes are recommended based on Federal Transit Administration guidelines and internal recommendations. We need a motion to approve.
Let me interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
So we have 2 resolutions on for the purchase.
Oh, we wanna do-
one for the contract, one
Yeah,
for
you
the
want to do it
purchase.
separately?
Yeah. I'm not sure which one we just did, but.
No, we did the 3-year contract,
Okay.
and so I'll move on to the purchase of the vehicles now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you,
So-
and I appreciate your guidance, Mr. We need a motion to approve an internal order of 5 vans from this contract for a cost of $143,400 per vehicle.
So moved.
Thank you, Denise. Second by Jackie Falatico. Any questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks for clarifying it.
I appreciate it, I'm just so excited that I'm getting ahead of myself here, and I apologize to everyone. Hopefully
Back
it's
to
in-
wherever you were.
Hopefully it's in fact right in some way. Staff provided the committee with a report on the annual review of the procurement manual, and some minor changes are recommended based on Federal Transit Administration guidelines and internal recommendations. So we need a motion to approve the revisions to the procurement manual.
So moved. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jackie, for second. Any questions or comments on the procurement manual? Favorite time of the year. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved.
Awesome. The monthly management report. Trish Cooper provided the monthly management report for February. Mortgage satisfactions are 22.9% under budget for this month and 2.4% under budget for the year. Customer fares are trending 3.5% under budget for the year, but facilities revenue is 2.8% over budget for the year. The capital plan is 5-year forecast with only the first year fully funded. Years 2 through 5 contain some funding projects, but not all. And we continue to pursue financing possibilities for future initiatives. So we need a motion to.
Oh, I think you have the wrong notes, Pete. Like 2 separate pages. That page must go with SOP notes. So if Mike Christian, do you have 2 pages?
I do.
Yeah, I think yours is, you guys has got.
As I was saying.
They're trying to trick you.
Really messing with you today. Whoa, Frank.
So coming to the committee meeting.
I know.
Frank, help me out.
What's going
Oh,
on?
wow. Let me compose myself. And I'll continue on. And good luck, Mike. The wage line for the month is 10.4% under budget because of the short month. Year-to-date wages are 0.3% over budget. Professional services are 10.8% under budget for this month and 9.4% under budget for the year. Overall, we remain in satisfactory budget position for the year. And I'm not gonna ask for votes. The monthly non-financial performance report, Chris Desney gave a non-financial report for February. Fixed route ridership was down 4%, start ridership was down 5%, on-time performance for fixed route service increased to 74%, on-time performance in STAR decreased to 76%. We missed 0.08% of all scheduled trips. There were 22 preventable accidents and 15 non-preventable accidents. And that is my report, unless anyone wants to give me theirs to read. The next meeting of the committee is on April 20th.
Thank you, Peter. Not gonna ask you any questions. We'll move on then to Dave Stackrow and the Community Stakeholder Relations Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Jamie, for putting my notes all on one page. The Community and Stakeholder Relations Committee met on March 20th at 11:15 a.m., both in person here at 110 Waterville Ave and via Microsoft Teams. Dave Williams and Steve Maselli provided a presentation on our maintenance recruitment program. Over the last several years, recruitment of qualified technicians has been challenging. Our maintenance department has been working with several local schools and colleges in the capital region to develop a pipeline for recruiting potential candidates. These partnerships include several contact points with students, including career fairs or on-site visits, talking to students about what CDTA can offer them and what career paths are available to them. We provide tours of our maintenance garages and show them what a day looks like for our technicians. For those interested in exploring a career at CDTA, we offer internships during the school year or over the summer. Most recently, we visited with students from SUNY Cobleskill, which resulted in 2 students who want to intern at CDTA. Jamie Caslow provided the Earned Media and Community Relations report. Last month, CDTA issued 4 press releases, and we earned 5 placements in television, newspaper, and radio, both locally and nationally, with an estimated value of $5,000. Stories included CDTA holding a virtual Title IV meeting, aligning fairs in Warren County, and Transit Worker Appreciation Day. We participated in several community activities and events, including Transit Worker Appreciation Day, Albany St. Patrick's Day Parade, and hosting a field trip for Liberty ARC clients from Amsterdam. Jamie also outlined several internal events and engagement opportunities. We hosted the New York State Public Transportation Association leadership class. We reached an 85% adoption rate on the internal employee app Blink, which is well above industry standards. And we held an employee chili cook-off. Congratulations to Glens Falls operator Travis Shaw for taking home first place. Looking ahead, we will participate in the CDPHP Workforce Challenge and the United Way 518 Day. Next meeting of the committee will be on Thursday, April 24th at 11:15 a.m. And that concludes my one-page report.
Thank you, Dave. Any questions for Dave on the committee report? Move on to Strategic Operational Planning Committee, Mike Crown.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met last Thursday at 12 noon. We have two consent agenda items for the board today. First being the approval of the 2026 budget. Trish Cooper presented the fiscal year 26 operating budget and 5-year capital plan. Based on revenue and expense assumptions, the proposed operating budget is balanced at $147 million. We also propose to approve a 5-year capital plan at $253 million. Overall revenue is projected to grow by $8 million in fiscal year 26 to $147 million. The major driver being state operating assistance. STOA is anticipated to grow 9%, a total increase of $5.9 million. The federal assistance line includes two funding sources, federal 5307 funds, total $21.9 million, and the remaining $8,750,000 of COVID funds. MRT projections remain flat. The principal driver of our expenses is wages and benefits, totaling 70% of our budget. This line reflects increases called for in our collective bargaining agreement, the second year of the Glens Falls operation, the Purple Line BRT, and Flex. Purchase transportation is increasing 5.1% as manpower issues remain and continue to drive operational increases. The parts line is increasing 9.6% due to inflation and a larger fleet of buses because of service expansions. Professional services expenses are decreasing about 15%, and utilities are projected to decrease 7% despite the addition of the West facility. The first year of our capital plan is supported by grants and federal assistance. It contains funding for mobility hub designs, expanding CDPHP cycle, and an expansion of our video mirror pilot. It also includes a continuation of our fleet replacement plan. We will purchase 33 vehicles. The capital plan is a 5-year forecast with only the first year fully funded. Years 2 through 5 contain some funding for projects, but not all. We continue to pursue financing possibilities for future initiatives. We need a motion to approve the fiscal year operating budget totaling $147,030,233 and a 5-year capital plan totaling $253,552,974.
Can I get a motion on that? Dr. Bellatifa, thank you. Second, Denise, thank you. Thoroughly discussed at the committee level?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Listen, I just, this is a challenging budget this year. And I just want to thank Trish and her finance team for all the work that she put into this. I gotta say that she had a lot of cooperation from staff. It was really nice to see. In particular, I want to mention Lance and his transportation team. They dove into some real transportation issues, trying to work out some efficiencies for transportation this year. And 70% of our budget falls in the wages and benefits line. It's all about people. But also on the 30% of the budget that's not wages, collectively the staff just did a really good job trimming down the budget, and especially with professional services that Mike, you were just mentioning. We're reducing that by 15% this year. That's kind of a huge decrease. And then also Jeremy and Chris working on the utility side, we were able to lower that expense by 7%. And again, that's despite purchasing the West facility back in December. So it's just a great job by everybody. Just very, very proud of everybody here. And it's also my first time not doing a budget presentation. So, anyhow, that's all I had to say.
All right, very good, very good, appreciate it. Any other comments from anybody? All those in favor of the 26 budget, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved.
Okay, and the second consent agenda item is to approve Title VI update. The latest version of our Title VI program was approved by the board in 2023. Due to the recent changes in our service footprint, the planning department has completed an update of the program, including the language assistance plan. The most noteworthy changes to the program include the addition of Warren County, an increase of the disparate impact threshold from 25% to 30% based on demographic data. Summaries of the Title VI analyses, including purchase of the Daily Gazette, Warren County Fair change, addition of the purple line, updates to all data and maps, including service monitoring. We need a motion to approve the fiscal year 2025 to 2028 Title VI program and corresponding limited English proficiency plan.
Can I get a motion on that? Peter, thank you. Second, Jackie? Any comments or questions on that? Mandatory requirement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved.
Okay, so the next meeting of the committee will be April 24th at noon here at 110 Waterville Ave and through Microsoft Teams. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Yep.
We'll move on to the interim CEO's report.
Okay, well, thank you, Jamie. I just one more time want to thank Frank and congratulate Frank for coming on board to CDTA. I mean, I think he's a natural fit for CDTA. His extensive experience, his forward-thinking leadership style, and his strong commitment to public service, I think, is going to be a great benefit to CDTA and more in particular, the residents of the Capital Region. And I'm personally happy to have him on board. So, this month is kind of I will call it the advocacy month. I've been kind of busy sharing the CDTA story with all our elected officials down at the Capitol as we get ready for the April 1 deadline. The elected leaders, they're in discussions now. As you've heard in a couple of reports today, the Senate One House bill is, they're proposing a 15% increase. The Assembly is looking at a 7% increase. We're obviously hoping for something more towards the Senate side, and we should find that out soon. And then we continue our outreach for the next few days anyhow with Lisa Morella, who's our lobbyist, and it's been a great help for me and the organization through the last few months. Let's see, performance measures here, just a couple comments. I know, although Peter, you spoke about some of our performance measures earlier, I just want to focus on ridership just a little bit. Although our ridership is 10 out of 11 months, we've had an increase in ridership. And the increases are not as much as they have been over the last couple of years, but we're still growing our ridership. So for instance, this year we were at 16.9 million riders through February, so 11 months in. Last year at this time, we were at just over 15 million. So it's a $1.8 million, 8 million increase in customers from last February. And in fact, the record here for customers is 17 million, which was back in fiscal year 2017. So I fully anticipate that we'll break the record in March after we're done. So we'll probably exceed 18 million customers at the end of March. So just want to comment on that. That's really good news. A couple other things here. Last Tuesday, CDTA hosted the NIPTA's Public Transit Leadership Institute class. And the class is made up of a dozen mid-level and senior level professionals throughout New York State. We had actually two people in that class, Justin and Jessica from HR. I spoke to the class about leading an organization through leadership change. And we also had a guest speaker, Dave Stackrow, and he talked about leading the industry from a federal perspective. And the feedback I got back from everybody, it was great. They really enjoyed the class here at CDTA. Also, let's see, last Friday, Jonathan and I met with Pastor Daniel Quinn. He's a pastor of 3 Catholic schools in the city of Albany, and they have some service issues for this fall, so we're looking to see what we can do within our existing route structure and see if we can help them out this fall. And then again, on Monday, Jonathan and I met with the Capital Region Public Schools. There's a new high school that's going on Northern Boulevard, starting in the fall, and it's a charter school. And they also are looking for some bus service. And we're looking to do it as efficient as possible, so we're looking to see what we have existing, our existing route network to accommodate them. So more to come on that, but I just want to let you know we're still trying to find some new business, even in a tight year. That concludes my report.
Can I ask Mike, what type of traction? I know one of the things that you were hopeful for was not only requesting a certain level of funding, but that you could, ideas for offsetting that increase in our funding, and you had talked about the vehicle registration fee. How much traction do you think that's getting, or did that get?
I would love to tell you that it's getting a lot of traction. However, reading the tea leaves, I would say I don't think that's gonna happen. They're still pushing for it, but not like they were before. Senator Cooney is really pushing for it, but I just think that they're not willing to take on some fees right now for the next fiscal year. Even though New York City has it and the 12 counties surrounding New York City has that, some of the senators have mentioned, well, as long as it's happened and it has happened in New York City and the surrounding counties, maybe next year will be a better year to do it. So sometimes it takes a year or two to get some traction on some of these other funding vehicles. So that's where we stand.
Question, anything else for Mike? Any board comments about things going on around here? Seeing none, then our next board meeting is April 30th, 12 noon, right here at 110 Waterville Avenue in Microsoft Teams. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Jackie, second by Denise. We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.